you. Welcome to or welcome back to Keisha's House, Motivation and Inspiration. I'm Keisha, and as always, I am so very glad that you stopped by. So if you're following along this season, you know that last episode I shared a new book that my husband and I are listening to, The 5-Second Rule by Mel Robbins. And in her book, she tells readers that there is greatness in you. And we captured that phrase last week and made it the quote of the week. There is greatness in you. And guess what? It's true. There is greatness in you and in me. And I've noticed something happens as we grow older. We lose faith in ourselves and our dreams. So you might be thinking, why? Why do we lose faith? And I have a feeling you know the answer, but it's people, places, and things. And now you may be wondering, well, what in the world do I mean by that? Well, it's easy. As we get older, we start to let people's opinions of us have weight in our lives. But on the other hand, there are those that have kids, for example, and it's not uncommon for us and those people to pause, deter, or quit on their dreams to ensure their kids are taken care of. So with last weekend being Mother's Day weekend, it seemed every conversation that I had with my mom friends was centered around the fact that our lives are broken up in different seasons. So for example, a cousin of mine shared that she recently turned down her promotion as a manager and didn't just go back to being a supervisor, but she went back to being a frontline worker. Now, fast forward, her leadership team said, absolutely not. You're at least going to be a supervisor for us. We need you. But she recognized that no, the manager position isn't something she couldn't do, but it just wasn't the right season for her and for her kids. So it's recognizing that she'll have another opportunity when it's the right time and fit. And then there's a good friend of mine, and she was sharing with me how she was driving for an hour to get to a specific organic farm to buy seedlings for her garden. And I broke out laughing. When we were kids, we would watch her parents in the garden for hours, and I remember her saying that she would never spend her time that way. But here she is now, a mom with 4 kids. She's all things organic, and she is an amazing mom. But the reality is, the season for her photography business and her poetry and her writing, it's just not the right time. It's not a never, it's just a not right now. And then, well, there's me. I spent my Mother's Day weekend putting up pictures around the house because we're still getting settled, and I'm working on a class for work. Let me tell you how crazy this picture is. I go to my son's football practice, flag football. I've never met these parents before. I show up looking like a college student with a book bag on my back. I pull out my laptop, I say a few hellos, and there I am doing homework on Mother's Day, not able to see my son play. Now, for those around me, they may thought that she is absolutely crazy. What is she doing? But that is the season that I'm currently in. It's one where I am being pulled away a bit to do different academic programs for my job. But the reality is I'm still a mom. No, this is not the Mother's Day weekend that I am going out to a fancy restaurant, getting dressed up, and we're sitting by the water. It's not the season for that this year, but it doesn't mean it's going to be a never. So, with all that being said, I recognized in listening and having those conversations with those people that I just love and hold so dear in my life, and listening to that book, The 5-Second Rule, I stumbled upon a phrase that the author Mel shares that just struck me to my core. And she said the following: every phase of your life and your career will require a different you. Every phase of your life and your career will require a different you. And that's okay. Last week, we were reminded that there is greatness in us. And greatness is defined as the quality of being eminent. And eminent is defined as being famous and respected within a particular sphere or profession. And sphere can be defined as an aspect of life. Every aspect of your life and your career will require a different you. That's the challenge this week. Being comfortable in knowing that we live our lives in seasons and that every season will require a different you. So this week's quote is, "It's not how much we grow, but how much we evolve that matters." Remember, you deserve to upgrade yourself, your life, and your future so you can truly begin living the life you want to live. I'll see you next week. Be safe. And again, remember, every season requires a different you. Till next time.